welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. If this is your first time, please do think about liking and subscribing. It really does help me out a whole lot. And if my makeup looks a little weird, it's because I just went out and had a coffee with a friend and we sat outside and my makeup kind of melted over here. I tried to fix it as best I could, but I didn't want to take off all of my makeup and lose what little sunlight I have left of the day. And I'm really hoping that I don't have a burn because I forgot to put sunscreen on my arms, which is really bad. All right, today is a 30 and 30. I have 30 liquid lipsticks that I have not talked about recently on this channel. There might have been one that was a couple years ago that I talked about, but we're going to talk about it again. I have 30 of them. These are ones that are either colors or formulas that I don't usually reach for, or ones that are new to my collection. There's a few of those as well. I'm going to swatch them all and kind of give you my thoughts and tell you which ones are leaving my collection, because that's what I'm using this for, is to help declutter some of my lipsticks. This first one is from Clinique. I got this recently at Gordman's. It was like $8.99 and there was a discount because my Gordman's is going out of business. I got it right before all of the coronavirus hit. So this is the shade Ripe Pop, and it's just a really bright color. I thought I was gonna like it more than I do. It's an okay formula. So I think this formula is just a little bit messy. It's a little bright. It doesn't really look super great on my lips. So this is one that I'm going to pass along. I think it might be okay in a different shade, and if I see them again, I would probably try a different shade for the sale price that I got, but it's not one that I feel that I will ever really wear on a regular basis. All right, next up is from Smashbox. This is the shade Bawse, B-A-W-S-E. This is one of their always on liquid lipsticks. And this one I'm actually going to toss because it's pretty dried out. It still worked and I could probably use it a little bit more, but this formula does have a tendency to kind of dry out. I've used it several times, like quite a bit. So it's a time. It's a pretty color. I really do like this formula, but since they do tend to have a tendency to dry out, there we go. I just don't think it's worth keeping. And I probably wouldn't purchase a shade like red, again, because I don't wear a lot of reds on a regular basis. The next one is from Revlon. This is one of their Ultra HD Matte Lip Mousses. I bought this not too long ago from Ulta. It was on sale. They have sales all the time. This is in the shade Death Valley, if I didn't say that already. I really love this formula. I have a couple others of it, and I've really enjoyed them. And I decided to get this one. Like I said, I like the color, the formula, but the color just is kind of grayish on me. It kind of washed me out. It's not one that I would reach for, so I'm going to pass that one along as well, because it's just not a great color for my skin tone. Next up is from Hard Candy. This is the shade Queen of Hearts. I've had this one for quite a while, and I was worried that it might go bad because I've had it for such a long time, but it's still working well. It does go on. It's a little patchy at first, so you do have to move it around a little bit. My hair is doing something funky over there. But I really like how it wears, how it looks on my lips. This is one that I'm definitely keeping. It's one of my favorites, and especially in this shade range. Next up is from Colourpop. This is part of their Luxe Liquid Lip Set. This is the shade Phoebus. This is based on, I don't know what this is based on. Is this based on Hunchback of Notre Dame? I don't know. I have not seen that movie. That's what it looks like. It's part of the Disney collection. They did it in the fall, I believe. And I really like this color. It's a little dark. It's pretty. It's not one that I would wear on a regular basis, but I am glad that I have it in my collection. And I love this formula. This is one of my favorite lip formulas. It's just really good. And I would totally recommend any of the Luxe Liquid lipsticks from Colourpop. All right, next up is from Sugarpill. This is the shade Clink. This is just their liquid lip color, nothing like fancy named about it. I'm not the biggest fan of this color. I thought it was going to be a little bit more pinky when I ordered it. I got this from Beautylish. It was on sale, which I thought was a great way to try a new formula and a new brand. To me, this is the first thing I've gotten from Sugarpill. I'm not sure what I think about this. I had a bad reaction and my lips were like super dried out and hurt for a couple days after I wore this. But I also, around the same time, like the day before, and even probably that day too, I was doing some lip swatches with different lip glosses. And it could be that, it could be this. So I'm going to give this another go and kind of see how it performs and how it wears. And I will update you in my overall declutter video. It's a bit brown and I thought it was drying, so I probably wouldn't recommend this brand, but I will update you on what my end thoughts were. Then we have from Doses of Colors, this is Strawberry Pop. This is one of my favorite lipsticks. I love this formula. I love this color. This is kind of like a pinky red. It's just so pretty. This was part of a set that I got at the holidays from Dose of Colors, and I love it. It's one that I do reach for quite a bit. Over the holidays I wear it, and I also like to wear it in the summer as well. I don't know if I explained 30 and 30. I take 30 lipsticks and I wear them each day for 30 days. That's what it is. So you get a different opinion. I wear it one day at a time. Then we have Kat Von D, or KVD now. This is the shade XO. This is another one that I'm a little uncertain of. I like the color, like it's pretty. It looks like a little patchy when I put it on, like it went sheer in one place but darker in the other. This is another one that I'm going to try to wear again. I've never had this happen before where I didn't get a good idea of my thoughts, but I felt like I had a lot of things that I wasn't quite as sure of this time as I have been in the past. I do like this formula. It lasts really well, but it is a little bit drying, I will say that. All right, NYX California. I got this in a Walmart beauty box, and at first I was thinking this was too light, but then when I put it on again, I thought I kind of liked it. So you might see this in the declutter coming up, I'm not sure. That's what it looks like. The NYX formula is really nice. This is, oh, I should say, this is the Soft Matte Lip Creme. It's really nice. It's not a drying one. It's not going to stay, so you're going to have to reapply it at different points throughout the day. But it is a nice formula. I do find like the smaller ones, especially the travel size ones or the trial size ones, they do dry out and it's a lot harder to get enough product to cover your lips out of them on a regular basis. All right, my next one is Dolly from Lime Crime. I was really nervous about this one because it seems to be so kind of sheer and see-through, and I was like, oh no, this is not gonna work. And I love Vibe, which is another color from Lime Crime. But this one might be like my favorite of all that I tried this month. I really like it. It's just this pink and it's shimmery and it's beautiful. It's a liquid metallic, so it will dry down and not budge, which I really like as well. All right, cleaned off my hand from the swatches. And I might have to finish this tomorrow because all of a sudden I hear thunder and there's clouds outside and I use natural lighting to film. So if I change, that's the reason why. Next up I have from the Balm, this is the Balm Ciao Creamy Lip Stain, and this is the shade Ciao. I love this formula. This is like kind of this weird hybrid where it's a little glossy, but it lasts really well and it reapplies really well too. This is not my favorite. This is probably my least favorite of all of them just because it's the least everyday wear, but I really like this one. I have Konnichiwa, I have Aloha, and I have one other one. I can't remember what the other one is, but I love these. I would recommend them. I would buy more of them if I found other colors. It's a formula that I just really like. Another Dose of Colors. This is Date Night. This is one that came in BoxyCharm. So this is like this dark red shade. The color's okay. It's not my favorite. I think I'm going to keep it for now. but I need to go through my reds again and kind of see what I have after I've done so much decluttering lately and kind of see, I don't know. I don't love the color, but I love the formula. Then we have this one from Beauty by Popsugar. This is Be Racy Liquid Velvet Lip. And oh my gosh, this one, I was like, I love this so much. That's what it looks like. I really like the color on my lips, and I thought it was a decent formula. It wasn't super drying, it didn't flake off, it reapplied well, which are all things that I look for. I wanna make sure that I'm gonna be able to use it in everyday life. So I did like that one. Then I have one from Black Moon. I got this is the only thing I've ever gotten from Black Moon. I got this recently from Ulta. They were on sale on Ulta's website. That's what it looks like. This is the shade Warrior. Oh, did I say that the last one was Be Racy? That's what it is. This shade I thought was gonna be pinker. Gotta admit, I keep getting being fooled by like the nudie colors that are never pink enough for me. This is a bit brown. I think it still looks okay. It's one that I want to try again. The formula seemed to be pretty good, but it is a little messy. Like I'm getting a little bit of the formula on my hands, but I think it's okay. It's one that I'm on the fence about. This is what I was talking about, the soft matte lip creams creams from NYX. This is, when they come out, you don't get a lot on them, and then you kind of have to dig to get some actual product on them. I don't know if you can see that, but there's actually a blob there now. Otherwise, it's just like you're doing a little bit at a time. So you really have to dig with the minis. This is the shade Paris. I love this color. It's a great color. I like the formula. It is kind of similar to this one, but this one's just not quite as blue-based, I guess. So that one is a definite keep as well. This one I picked up recently from Ulta. This is the I Heart Revolution Tasty Peach Soft Peach Liquid Lipstick in the shade Apricot. This formula, I didn't know what to expect. I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna add it on because it's basically the price of the shipping, so I get it for free. If I could pay for shipping or I could pay for this. Either way, it's the same price. I love the color. Like, I picked a really good color for myself, and I really enjoyed this formula. I thought it lasted really well. It didn't seem super drying, or like sometimes they get flaky and weird. Didn't have any of those issues, so I liked it. I also really loved this one. I got this in my Ipsy Plus, or my Ipsy Ultimate. I was not sure if I would like this or not. This is Cupcake by Sugar Rush. It is a little bit brown, but not as brown as this one up here as the Black Moon. It's a little bit, not quite as intense, and it doesn't dry down, so it doesn't last well. The color looks good on my skin, and it felt really nice. It's like a moussey kind of formula. It's similar, I would say, to the Luxe liquid lipstick from Colourpop. A little bit thicker, less, that one, the Colourpop one is more runny, or like the soft matte lip creams, sorry, this one. It's a little bit thicker than that one, a little bit more luxurious feeling. All right, next up is from Lime Crime. This is the shade Marshmallow. This came in that set with Dolly. This is Super Concealer Lips. This looked absolutely awful on me. This is not a color I would ever wear or ever recommend. It doesn't look that much different than the Tarte one, the Sugar Rush, but man, it is like a world of different. I couldn't even I had to put something else over it to make it work. And I'm not a person who likes to layer lipsticks and reapply things. That's not who I am. That's not what I like. So this one, I mean, I like the formula. It's okay. It's a very liquidy formula, so it's a little messy to get on at first, but then it lasts well. But this one, man, it's a goner. It's done. From Estee Lauder, I have Glow Coral. This is like this weird, I don't even know how to describe it. It's not really a gloss, but it's not a liquid lipstick. I don't know. It's very sticky, it's very thick, it's very opaque. It's an interesting color, but I'm letting it go as well. I just don't see myself reaching for it. It's not something that I really enjoyed wearing, so I'm just gonna let it go because it's a weird formula. It was an all over weird product. Then we have from NYX, this is the shade Copenhagen. Same kind of deal as the Paris. Really do wanna dig in there to get some. You can kind of see that it's a little more patchy, and then once you get some real liquid lipstick on it, it goes on much better. I was going to declutter this, but when I looked at the video I filmed while I was wearing it, I kind of liked the look. So for now, I'm going to hang on to it, but it is one in the future I might end up decluttering. So you can see how that stain from the balm really sticks with you, and it makes it easy to reapply or put a lip gloss over it once you've eaten it away or kind of worked through it, your original application. Next up is from Kokie. I got this in a subscription bag. I don't remember which one, probably Ipsy. This is the shade Pink Pleasure. This is like one of the worst liquid lipsticks I have ever used. I don't like the formula, I don't like the color, I don't like how it wears, I just didn't like it at all. I'm not even gonna bother like seeing if a friend wants to try it. I'm tossing it, and I would not recommend these kissables from Kokie at all. That's what it looks like. I mean, first, the color, it looks prettier on screen, but it's like the sicky Barbie kind of blue-based pink. It didn't look good on me. It was, I mean, this is new. I haven't had it very long, and I haven't used it, but it didn't go on well, and it seemed a little like thick and goopy. And then it dried, and it was like, it was awful. It was not like everything that you don't want a liquid lip to do, like kind of sink into your lines and suck the life out of your lips. That's what this one does, even when you put on a lip balm underneath it. This was awful. Would not recommend. It's going in the trash. Then we have from Sephora, this is the shade 01. This is like their lip stains, and oh, it's doing something funny. It's never done that before. It's always been a lot more opaque. It's not one that you can dig into to get more because of how short the wand is, how tiny it is. There we go. Now it's performing like it did. This is going in my pile of ones to focus on and use up quickly. It's a really pretty color. I do like the formula when it's not doing that. You know what? I'm going to toss it. You know what? It's gone. That one's going away too, because once it starts performing like that, that's weird. So I did like it. If it was a different color, not a red, I probably would purchase them again. I decided to try one of the mattes from Storybook because I did try a metallic one recently. This is the shade Jo. It came in their Storybook, their book club, and they did the Little Women book. This was Jo. I was actually surprised by this because I didn't think I was going to like this color. I mean, does this look like a color that I would like? Not really. It looks nice on, and it wore well. It did not reapply. So this is not one that if you lose a little bit, you can easily reapply. It is not that type of liquid lipstick at all. It's a one, and then you have to figure out something else to do. But it actually looked pretty good on, and that surprised me because usually those kind of shades don't look good on me. Then, okay, NYX Metallic. I like this one so much better than the regular one that I showed you. I showed you the California, that was the matte. This is the metallic. This color, I wore it and I was like, oh, I just love it so much. I loved the light metallicness of it. I really liked the color on. I would be interested in more of the metallic ones depending on what the shades are, because I got a super dark one and I didn't like it on, but I do think this is a nice one and I would recommend it. We have ABH Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the shade American Doll. I'm going to swatch it a little over so I have room for the rest of the swatches. That's what it looks like. It's very messy to apply. It irritated me how much work I had to go into putting it on, and it dries nicely and doesn't really transfer. So I did like those. the application is not the best. And it is kind of drying. So like in that regard, I wouldn't recommend it, but I don't think it's terrible either. All right, this is from Urban Decay. This is one of their new Vice Stay Naked Vice Lip Chemistry. And I got the shade Lovechild. And let me tell you, it does change with your chemistry, and it looked really nice, but it looked like I just stained my lips. It didn't look like I had any lipstick on or any color really at all. So when I wore it, like, it didn't look like I was wearing lipstick at all in the video, but I kind of like it. I do see myself wearing it, and I'm glad I got this color because it's supposed to be more of like a peachy, as you can see. And it did do that. The longer I wore it, it kind of changed and mellowed a little bit. They're interesting. I would say like Lovechild is probably a good universal, but there's like purple ones and stuff, and I don't know how those perform. All right, I have Beso by Stila, and I was ready to let this one go because I have so many reds everywhere, and the Beso Shimmer is my favorite like red lipstick, and this is just getting like, it's messy to get out. It has some glops to it, which means I probably should get rid of it, but I'm going to continue wearing it because it looks so nice and it wore really well. Like Stila has a great liquid lipstick, and I did like it. So I'm gonna keep it for now, focus on using it a little bit more, especially now that I decided to declutter that Sephora one. I just threw one on the ground. I'll go get that in a second. Next up is Poet by Anastasia at Beverly Hills. This shade, oh my gosh, I filmed a video and I asked your guys' opinions on it. I decided I didn't even care what your opinions were because I thought it looked awful. It's just so dark, and like, I felt like I was being like one of those people who's moody and goth, and that is not me. I mean, I get moody, but I'm not a person that likes to have dark makeup looks. I want something bright and pretty, or natural looking and pretty, and I just want to look pretty, and I don't feel like my prettiest when I'm wearing dark makeup. I don't feel like myself. So that one is a definite go. Don't like it. The formula is meh. It's not my favorite at all. Kat Von D, this is the shade Outlaw or KVD. This is a great lipstick. Like, I will admit, it's a great red. It's a nice, pretty red. It lasts well. It is a little drying. I do like her formula. Like, I don't have issue. I know some people absolutely hate it, but I actually like her formula. So this is one that is being kept too. All right, and the one that I threw on the ground. This I actually was going to use as a bonus, but I realized that I had another one of the Colourpop Liquid Luxe that I had already talked about. So I took that one out of the rotation and grabbed and just decided to count this as one of my 30 instead. And this is one of the special effects by Urban Decay. So there you can see it. It's like super shimmery. It's like this, it's not a gloss. It acts like a gloss in terms of shimmer, but it dries down matte, which is really cool. And I'm trying to see if any of these are dry enough to swatch over. I'm gonna do a little over the top of the Sephora. So there you can see it. And I wore this over the top of Marshmallow, that one that I decluttered, and it looked better. I didn't love it, but I did like the blue shift with the lips. So you can see it, like, you can still see the red depending on how you look at the lips, which was kind of cool. So I am going to keep this. I don't think I would purchase any other ones because this one's going to take me forever to use. This is Fever, but it was kind of a cool type of a lipstick to try. So of those 30 liquid lipsticks, these two, the Sugarpill and the Black Moon, I'm going to experiment with a little bit more, and I will update you in my next declutter video whether I decided to keep them or not. And if that declutter video has already been posted, it will be down below. So yeah, those two are maybes. And then I have 7 that I'm getting rid of. So I didn't do quite a third. I've been hoping to do like a third for most of these, but these are definitely ones that I won't use. There's at least 3 of these that are being tossed straight in the trash. See if my friends want the other ones. And if they don't, then they'll be tossed too. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Have you tried any of these formulas? Have you tried any of these shades? Are there any liquid lipsticks that you think I would enjoy? Leave those recommendations down below. I hope you are having a fantastic day. Don't forget to like and subscribe and to comment, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.